Hey guys, welcome to my 2,500 mile review of the Fusion axle assemblies. Right now I'm sitting inside of Happy J, my 2009 Jeep JKU, and thought I would just kind of go over a couple things real quick before we took a look at some of the things I've come across since purchasing and installing the axles on the Jeep. First off, I just wanted to say that I am not sponsored by, affiliated with, or a brand ambassador of Fusion 4x4. So this is just my opinion, and the things that I ran into, some of the things I didn't think of before I put the axles on, and some things to watch out for. So let's get out there and take a look at it and go over some of those things. Okay, so one of the first things I wanted to mention is something that I did not think of when I decided to go with the Fusion 4460 front and the semi-float rear 60 drive shafts. You're gonna need new drive shafts. Now, I know that's probably pretty obvious to some of you, and for whatever reason, I don't know, I just didn't think of it. So plan on that when you're going to do these. The second thing is I had a skid plate for the oil pan and the transmission, and the one that I had, of course, with the 3.8 mounts to the motor mount and comes down right here in front of the oil pan. And unfortunately there was not enough clearance and it was hitting right there. So I had to ditch the skid plate. Another thing I wanted to point out, when I first had the Fusion axles installed, I had basically just a RPM steering 1-ton setup with a factory steering stabilizer, and the collar that goes on the tie rod was actually closer to the front diff cover. And as you can see here, it was rubbing when I would go lock to lock. Unfortunately, with the 1-ton, what we had was just straight tie rod ends, so you didn't have any curve like we have now with the apex ends on the 2.5-ton steering. And the other thing that I did and came across was the gearbox for the steering. Before I even got out of the break-in period at 500 miles, the gearbox started to leak at the sector shaft or the output shaft or whatever else you want to call that, and was dripping down right onto the end of the pitman arm. So because of that, I decided to upgrade the steering box, and in doing some research in that, kind of fell into the PCS setup, or PSC, excuse me, PSC setup. The PSC setup that I have is the Hydro Assist, and we installed that on the 1-ton as well. I wasn't real thrilled with that, mainly because of the flex that we were starting to see in the tie rod. So since then we've upgraded to a 2.5-ton steering kit from RPM Steering. The apex ends on the tie rod as well as the drag link. And for those of you that noticed or watched the first video, you probably noticed that there's a little bit more meat underneath of Happy J. We actually went to the Mickey Thompson Baja Boss 37 by 12.5 inch tires, sitting nicely on some KMC Lobo wheels. So now basically to the meat and potatoes, I didn't do any action shots with the GoPro, you know, following along on the articulation of the axles or anything like that. As far as the axle assemblies are concerned, there's really not much to see. Everything happens on the inside. So I decided not to go ahead and add that footage in there. There might be, of course, well, the footage leading in is with the Fusion axles. And I might close this video out with a short clip from our trip to Glade Run, which is in Farmington, New Mexico. And we did a little bit of rock crawling there. That was with the RPM 1-ton steering at the time. But we did have all the axles and everything in it, so we got to actually try it out. And I can tell you this thing is a little billy goat. She'll go pretty much anywhere we want to take her. So it was a lot of fun. But so far I am extremely pleased with these Fusion axle assemblies. The whole Jeep just feels so much more stable. It is just night and day. And when I first thought that to myself, you know, how much more stable the Jeep felt, I thought, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just, you know, overly excited about what we got going on here. But I'm not the only one who has said that. As a matter of fact, if you have gone to Auto Edit's page on YouTube, Jeep and Jason talks about it, and he said the same thing, that how much more stable the Jeep felt. I'll probably even throw a link to his video on here, down at the bottom in the description, or excuse me, yeah, in the description, so you can check it out. He actually has some articulation video in his review, so go check it out. Anyway, I'd have to say after 2,500 miles, I absolutely love these Fusion axles. They've been great. I have no problems whatsoever with anything that I got from the Fusion. So there's my opinion. Go check them out. Okay, so there you go. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. You notice I didn't talk a whole lot about the construction of the Fusion axle assemblies. That's all on their website. You can go check that out. I do like the fact that the tubes are actually welded into the center sections. No more fear about the tubes twisting out. Didn't cover specs, again, all right there on the Fusion website. If you have any questions, please post, feel free to comment. I may do another video and go over some of the reasons why I ended up with the Fusions versus maybe just upgrading from the Dana 30 and the Dana 44 in the rear and just regearing, only if there's enough interest. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll try going up here.
Right there. No, you.
Yeah, but I'm going to put my front tires up on this rock. We're going to hit the bumper.
Possibly.
Your ass end is looking good.
Whoa!
See,
I was until the right rear corner came off the ground.
You got blockers.
No, it was the roll ratio.
Your cab looks bad, but your chassis looks fine.
Yeah, see, that's where I don't like it.
Well, then go off this side and then turn or go up that area instead of this side.
I don't know, son.
Don't go that way. This way.
I don't think we're gonna be able to get that way. Hang on. I don't think we can get up that either. Try it. Yeah, that's too much. We're gonna hit bumper first.
Sure.
Yep.
Try it. See?
That looks like a better angle.
Yeah. See? Reading up. Now keep going.
Whoa. Holy cow.
What?
The question is, how are we gonna come down?
Go that way.
No, I mean from here.
Oh. Right here.
Still looking good.
Yeah, I'm just not sure I'm gonna get back down.
Here.
That's gonna
Oh,
be.
come on. If you get up, going down's easier. Don't get out.
Don't get out, Charlie. Don't get out.
Yeah, if you try getting out, you're going to fall straight down.
Yeah, it's drop.
I saw.
You need me to climb up there and spot?
Yes, please.
I'll be there in a minute.